those magnificent men in their flying machines. They go up to the up, up, they go down to the up, down.
Okay, well, I thought I'd do this video, try and get a bit more, and you might see it better now. Right, this is a video to show you how I go about making a dummy dashboard for the plane, because this one's got two dashboards obviously, so there you go. So this is a picture I took from the Shuttleworth collection and downloaded it onto my laptop, so I've got a guide, you know. So this is obviously one of the cockpit for the actual pilot. Okay, so that's that bit there, right? So that's what you've got to use as a guide, a rough guide, because obviously, you know, when I go through it, you'll see. Right, okay, so we'll pan off for that now, and we'll go onto the board. Look at that, look at that, bloody close up there. One more way. It doesn't help when you've got glue all over your hands. Right, so, right, okay, bear with. So, I know it's a bit distant, but we'll try our best. Okay, I'll get rid of that for now. Okay. Right, let's just have a look. Let's check the camera. Okay, so in order to get what I'm getting at, right, what I've done is first thing you need, I suppose you go through the materials. Alright, this is where a joke is, this is where the Queen helps me. I'll get to that. So, there you have, I know you won't see it very well on this camera, but I used a really thin piece of balsa I got off Martin Thompson, so bless him out of it. It's wafer thin that you can snap it, but it's ideal. And use that as the backing plate, okay, for the dials, okay. Then what you need is you have to ascertain, the most important thing is, like I showed you earlier, I've just printed this off the internet, it's just a whole load of quarter scale dials, which ironically, they say quarter scale, but these actually are ideal for the size of 1/6 scale, okay, and they actually fit quite well. So anyway, that's what I found. I know they're not the correct dials for the plane, but who's going to see it? Okay, it's just a bit of fun, this really. Okay, just add a bit of realism. So obviously you have this now. Okay, so you choose the dials you want, and you get a scalpel, and you gently cut them out, a sharp scalpel. Okay, so you've got them, the individual ones you want. Okay, get the circles. And once you've got them, you're laughing. Okay, so that's that. Right, so obviously you've looked at the picture and you think, right, some stick out. For example, this one, I'll try and bring this closer to the camera because this is probably the only one that matters. This one on the plane as a sort of, this is the only one dial that sticks out on, like in the little box. I just made that out of scrap balsa. Okay, now thing is you've got to look at drawing circles. So an old-fashioned pound coin, okay, was ideal. The new ones obviously angled, so they're no good. So that's what I used for the to get all the circles. A penny fits the pictures, fits the dials. See, so you just cut round it. You know, when you're doing it, so that's what I used to get that bit of balsa for that rough one that sticks out. Okay, a penny for that, and a tuppence. Ironically, the 2p fitted perfect to get the outers to cut round this thin. Put it on here. This thin balsa wood as a backing plate. Okay, so you've done that. And then what I do is, so you get a bit of spray paint, spray it in a pot and a brush, okay, and then quickly paint it. Don't paint it all, just paint the outer rim of the piece you cut out for the dial, okay. And so you leave a bit inside to glue. Then I use this white, I use the super glue, little dab in the middle. So you've dabbed it in the middle, and then you put your piece of paper in, just let it dry. That'd be nice. Don't have to worry about it all because it's going to get covered again. And then, once you've got them all in situ, like you see here, like the way you're happy with, then add a bit more realism. I decided, because it looks nice with a bit of cellar plastic over the top. So the plastic, I bought these sheets, get from any decent stationers. This stuff's it's lovely, so that's perfect. And again, you get your permanent marker, which is probably over there, yeah. Okay, that's quite handy. Your permanent marker, cut out a square, and then you use your tuppence, there you go, your 2p, draw around it, and then just go around it, cut it out, using the self-healing board is a lot easier to use, keeps it back, and just gently, like you do with everything, just gently go around it like that. So, put it in here, it's probably out of focus there. Yeah, just go around it and cut it so it's out. It doesn't matter if it's rough, because when it goes on, it's not going to be seen. Okay, so that's them. Okay, so you got all your dials. This piece here, I might add, I'll just cut this out of a piece of that balsa again, you know, nice and thin, and use permanent marker to cut and make it look like, you know, the black line. It's the nearest I can get to it, to be honest. Right, so that's all them. Okay. Alright, get rid of them. And then I did use the what I did was there, it's just so I can make sure I get everything in the right place. I just rough template, drew around the actual dashboard it's going to be, just to make sure I know where the tuppence is sort of going down the middle. So, for example, this dashboard, this I might add up. I thought I still had my wood stain here, but I didn't, so I used a tea bag, believe it or not, a couple of tea bags to get the right colour sort of stain that fits that dash. That's as near as I can get to it. So, for example, that one there, so that'll go there, that'll go there. You can put it where you like really, it doesn't really matter. And this one sits there according to the picture. Okay? So you've got them where you want. You know what I mean? And you know, I'll just get them when I'm like the clock somewhere, you won't see it on the camera, but there you go. So you see, it just adds a bit of realism, like a little smiley face. Okay, that'll do it. Yeah, and that'll do for me, you know. And that's the dash, you know, you super glue them on because it's wood, so that'd be no problem. This one has been beveled in because that's where it sits on the real thing, and that one sits there. Just like so. Da, da, da. So you've got your dashboards, see? Oh yeah, and that middle clock goes there. So you've got your middle clock. Okay? And that, ladies and gentlemen, is how I do it. You know, there's probably people that do it better as usual, but that's just the way I choose to do it. Okay, and then once they're all on, I can then fit them in. And then I might add, you really need to do these before. Right, I'll take the camera off, so if you get seasick, I apologise now. Right, so I'll take the camera off here, because this is important, I suppose. Alright, let's make sure it's not the other way. Right, so the reason I say you need to do them is, let's move the laptop. So you put these in first, because I'm going to do these in first. So once they're in situ, before I put that the plywood covering over, okay, because basically it'll be a lot harder to get them in. I'll use my finger, might be a help. It'll be a lot harder to get them in, you know. So this sheet here, the bit goes over there. So I would do that next, once they're in, and then paint this where the pilots are going to go, just roughly stain it, you know, so it looks nice. Okay, so that's really why I've done the dashboards next. Okay, I might even put a joystick in there, that'll be fun. Okay, so that's that. So basically, I think, you know, it's as close as you're going to get it. No, I'm happy with it. I mean, there's people who want to make it really real when you find the right dials, but I tried. I mean, I'm happy enough with that, you know, but just to prove a point, if I can get it on here. Alright, come out of there, and I'll look for the other ones there. Right. See, if you can't see it in this light, I suppose, but that's the big dial, that's the little dial that's inset, you know, so then we'll do all that. Anyway, it's a bit of fun. I think it just makes it look a bit better. Okay? Alright then. Alright then. Cheerio, chaps. Bye.
Those magnificent men, those magnificent men, those magnificent men.